Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to provide some basic, authentic, organic informations for yourself to develop a very good foundation for your own spiritual practice. So, and at the same time, we have to remember this all the informations related with the very conventional life. And we have this conventional experience. We can't resist this. We can't deny it. We can't escape from it. So using this conventional life, using this very experience, we have to reach to a higher level. So it is not jumping and escaping from this and you can achieve to something else. It's not going to happen. So the very wisdom itself means then how you can use this, your own perception, your own experience to a better level, to get into a higher level, to get into a more profitable level. So that way, step by step, you are capable to develop the journey. So when it comes to our very conventional life, it is a kind of like we live with the fools, ignorance people. You and me, everybody have certain kind of foolish ideas. We are just ordinary people. So in the very first level, we have to accept it. Otherwise, we always, with the self-centered mind, with the egocentric ideas, we always try to overtake the situations or the people or the environment. We never come to a point to look into ourselves. But we all need to understand. We all kind of like doing this sleepwalking. We all are go here and there without deeper meaning. We just follow the society, we just follow the culture, tradition, our own emotions, habits. We do things without any reason sometimes. In the deeper level, we are so ignorant. So that these foolish ideas this foolish nature, we have to understand. When you understand that, in a situation come, even just imagine in a very conventional life, when argument comes, situation come, interference come, then you know, oh, I'm not that much perfect. I have some kind of a foolish ideas in me. So then itself allow you to little bit back up. Itself make you more humble. It make you more open to the outside world. That creating that openness inside is very difficult, because we so into deeper our own believing, and then we keep following that our own believing. And sometimes we don't give up that our own inner intentions or the ideas or our point of view. We're not going to change. But if you are capable to little bit look into yourself and see that deeper, somewhere the dark corners that we have already carrying from the samsara related to the emotions or the desires, and hold it to roots, we can call as a cankers, mental formations. So kind of like that, but still, if you don't see it, how you can purify it? So in the very first level, always remember, in day-to-day life, you are not perfect. Always remember you have dark side. Always remember yourself. There are some foolish behavior in us. Keep it in your mind, and whatever the situation comes, it kind of like take you to a safety zone. And once you have that it make you more aware regarding you. So that awareness is kind of like find the balance always like the water. And when you have time, start to think about the very nature of the water. See that how it behaves. And no one can stop it. It's always in a journey. But sometimes it look like it stop. But still, when the time comes, it's always start to flow. And in the great the book Art of War, Sun Tzu. So in that book, it's mentioned, it's kind of like how the good soldier is kind of like the water. And sometimes it doesn't move. It look like very solid. It look like it's a kind of like synchronized with the nature. But when the time comes, it start to flow. The water has a very, very deep behavior. Our life comes from the water, and it has a way to find the balance. It has a way to find its own place somehow. It always in a journey. Wherever the water, it always brings the connection to that. And it is unstoppable. So once your awareness becomes sharp and clear to look into yourself, your awareness also becomes like the water. It always finds the balance. It always finds its own place. That is the skill that you have to develop in you. So once you develop that, what will happen? You are capable to deeply recognize inside. So that's why just observing inhalation, exhalation is practicing meditation, it is just not kind of like you get blank and you black out your mind and you go to just empty space or kind of like that. No, it takes you deeper into reality to experience as who you are. What is happening inside you, because seeing that is the important thing, because that you are itself came to this place as a result of something. If you don't see that result, what will happen? Then you keep repeating it. So then remember this, that whatever that the sadness, worry, unhappiness, unsatisfaction, whatever come to you, the most of time we see outside people and situations and we can point out to things. But if you look very carefully, that all the sadness, worry, unhappiness, disappointment, and the love, joy, satisfaction, that everything, that whatever come to your mind, whatever you look into that outside world, there is a deeper inner child inside you, which you never saw. So if you are capable to see that, you can change, you can bring the change to your life. So through the meditation, it takes you to that and to see that inner child. And then from where this all come? Because the very moment of experience, sometimes it's look like a mirror. The whatever deeper in you, I'll give a technique for you, you can see it. When you're unhappy, on the surface level, maybe you can point out to people, situations, for the things or like that. But if you look very carefully behind that unhappiness, there is a history. Go into that history. Don't afraid. Dig into that. Go into that. And then you will see. Sometimes, as a child, long time ago, you experienced that. You experience something as a result of that. Today, you experience the same kind of mindset. And happiness, the joy, sometimes we look for outside world. We look through the things or with the people or the environment. And we think, oh, I can be satisfied with that. But if you look very carefully, on the surface level, sometimes we take it as emotions, as desires. But if you look very carefully behind, there is a history. So the profitable skill means another way, you catch it. You recognize that from where it comes. And once you recognize, when a situation comes, you know the history. And then you're not going to point out to other people. And you recognize that your inner child, this unhappy, unsatisfied, this inner child, start to cry. As a result of that, your reactions come in different ways. So it's kind of like we having unfinished job. Always dealing with situations, with the people. And out of that, we create drama. And out of that, unhappiness, unsatisfaction. So when you see that yourself, the same thing with other people also. If somebody creates something, if somebody behaves in a certain way, it is just not on, it just not happen, and that person didn't do it only for you. There was a history. If you look very carefully, you will see that person that person used to keep doing it many times. You will never experience from outside world, from any person, for the very first time that someone do something for you. From you also the same. When you do something for other people, it is not you doing only for the first time in your life. No, you used to keep doing it, but you don't see it. See, that is where that repetition happens. Look at the entire world. When it comes to that kind of repetition, we all go through the same thing, up and down, round and round, keep repeating. And very, the surface level is look like difference, but deeper, we repeat the same thing. So then that repetition itself ignites our ignorance. So in the very conventional level, how we can fix this ignorance? Before we go into enlightenment, that kind of talks, as an ordinary person, how you can tune to the wisdom, how you can be wise without practicing any kind of chanting, any kind of sutra, following any kind of guru, worshipping any kind of teacher, how you can be wise anywhere. This is the technique. Remember, if you are capable to do the most important thing in that very moment, that whatever need the priority, and if you are capable to recognize that and prioritize that action and do your best, you're going to be wise. Then your wisdom, your liberation is going to be with you. It's another way. If you are capable to recognize the major thing as major, minor things as minor, without mixing that both, then if you are capable to do your best for the major things, then you will see. So then in day-to-day life, you have to have awareness, clear mind to tune to that, because most of the time, look, even we know we have to do it. Even we know we have to, give our priorities to the certain situations or the environment or the actions, but still we neglect. And as a result of that, what happens? Later, we're going to be worried, sad, unhappy, disappointed. And sometimes relationships break down and people disappear. That is the very truth. So if you are capable to understand, to give the first priority, whatever the major things, for whatever the major things, and then you're going to be wise. So recognizing that. So then sometimes there is a question come, how we can see this is exactly as major or this is exactly as minor. To get into that, first you have to have the intention to give your priority, give your attention to the major thing, and then you will see. Even in the beginning, maybe you will catch the minor things as major, very invalid things as valid, but still, when your intention was catching the major thing, so then by the time what will happen, you will tune to that. That's why nothing going to happen very first time. But when you have the intention, it has power to bring this, even this entire universe around you. That everything around you will change by the time. So in the beginning, don't try to be too kind of like right. In the beginning, don't try to be too good with your actions. Look into your intention. And then you will look at the Buddha's time. And there were people, murderers. And the society, they used to do very bad actions. But when they come to the Buddha, more than other people, they entered to the liberation. Because they catch the wrong thing maybe, but with the good intention. And maybe you will do good things with the bad intention. We experience it. People look so nice, beautiful, happy, but deeper, they are not like that. So that's why we have to understand in this very conventional life as an ordinary person, are you capable to develop your awareness, your understanding to your ordinary life? First, try to develop that, tune to that. And once you tune to it, little by little, you will go into deeper. So that's why we're looking to yourself is the very key point. And then you will see all the things come from the past. I'll give another example. So as you know, the Prince Siddhartha left the palace, and 6 years he used to practice meditation and all the ascetic practice went through. And then, but it didn't happen. He went to the best teachers, but it still didn't happen. And he knew there is something else. Then after that, with the 5 ascetics, he used to practice. And then he gave up that also. And then one day at night, he came and sat under the Bodhi tree. And with the greater determination, he started to settle down himself. And once he had to settle down, he remembered one thing. That is the key point. That is the key point today I want to mention with this talk. He remembered something. When he was 7 years old, under a tree, he just settled down and started to observe the breathing. He remembered that. And then he tuned to that. From that point, he started to get into step by step, and attain to the liberation. See, the same thing for your good or for your bad, for both. There is something deeper in you which you never saw. All this unhappiness, sadness, worry, disappointment, the love, joy, happiness, satisfaction, this everything comes. There is something underneath you. So if you are capable to recognize that, you are capable to develop this present moment of environment, circumstances. And that is the deeper awareness. And going to that, you have to have very clear mind. That's why we have to have a tranquility state. And once you develop the tranquility state, it gives you access to your insight. And then you go with the inside meditation, which we call the vipassana, thoroughly, deeply, vigorously, rigorously, that you go in deeper into and you go to the bottom of the experience. So that is where that you can recognize how things come to be as they are within your own inner experience. And then you are capable to tune to the present moment, moment by moment, moment by moment. You live in the present moment. So when it comes to this live in the present moment, we have to be very clear now, because nowadays, this living in the present moment is a very marketing word. And everybody talk about it. But most of time, no one know what the heck it is, and some people think, oh, whatever you do, and you just focus to only that, like that. So if you just, live in the moment, just doing whatever you do, Just imagine, just think about yourself. You become like a zombie. There is no meaning for your life. And there is no other people that can deal with you. Because you just you just only in the moment. But when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, in the Dharma, the tuning to the present moment is not like that. When you into the present moment, that in that very moment, what you see all the cause and conditions related to the present moment of experience. So that's mean from the moment that you experience, you are capable to see depth of the history and further towards to the future. So that's mean your point of view become more larger, stronger and clear to see one incident. It's just not only as an incident, you can see with the cause and conditions behind it. Then it become more larger. Just imagine. Let's go into a very physical example. So in the moment that you are experiencing this, so this is your present moment and this is your reality. But if you look very carefully, rather than just only hold it to this surface level face value, if you look into deeper, just imagine if you if you experience this through the computer, cell phone, iPad or iPhone or something, or TV, just imagine. In this very moment that the computer or the cell phone and that thing, and behind it, there are a lot of things happening. The power transform to here and there, a lot of microchips working and transferring energy. And it's the fan, the cooling system. So the memory is, this memory chips and it's, different. And when it comes to the screen, it has a different character. It works different way. And not only that, the power. So the power adapter bring the power to the machine. In case if it is, power adapter loose, what will happen? The moment that you experience going to disconnect, that means stop. And then your awareness, your experience going to change. See? And then that behind that power, it goes to the wires and, and links to somewhere. And then from that place, it linked to the transformer. And from the transformer, it linked to the power plant. And not only that, and then another thing is you use the internet. It doesn't come from, itself. There is a certain, router, Wi-Fi, internet or wire, through a wire, you use it. And it has a totally different mechanism. It also depends from the power. And then it also depends from the wire or the tower or the satellite. And behind that, look how many things happening. And it's not only that, look in the very moment that all these lights and this table, chair, and this ground, this house, this everything, help for us to experience this moment. So just imagine in the moment that you tune to in the moment mean you are capable to expand your awareness and bring the links with this everything and develop the harness. And then itself you recognize this. That itself you recognize that your recognition, your very experience, the very reality, it's not a kind of like a self-centered, isolated, very concrete, just only for you happening itself. You recognize that experience itself, result of this all. See that causality, cause and effect. How that you recognize that connection. The same thing with this our inner experience also. that whatever you know mentally or physically, that whatever you do, it is not only you. There are a lot of people around you behind that your action sometimes. Maybe you recognize something as good. It is not your complete independent recognition sometimes, because the society gave a validation, it as a good, and now you take it as a good. If somebody asks why you say it is right, oh, because people say it is right. That's mean your consciousness depend on people. And maybe sometimes you say, oh, it is good. Why you say it is good? Have you ever had the self experience really independently? No, maybe you heard your friends told it good. Maybe you saw some reviews regarding it is good. And now you came to this place and you say, oh, it is good. So see that your very idea even depend from others. So like that, when it comes to our very conventional life, that's why it says this self-centered mind or the idea itself, it's a kind of like an illusion, because itself that what we experience this all as ideas, as thoughts, as word, it's not appear just for us, and it is not we experience just by our own recognition. We just go with the world. We are part of the world. Physically, materially, mentally, the same. Look your body, how this body became like this. Because all this many years backward, whatever the food you intake build up this body like this, even from the mother's womb to today. If your mother had a kind of like a very weak blood, and then what happened today? And your whole, the nerve system, that your immune system completely changed. If your mother didn't, breastfeed for you, it doesn't matter how old you are today, still that your immune system going to have that effect. See, then our physically what we experience and the mentally what we experience, and even in the moment as the consciousness that what we experience is not a kind of like a permanent, that self-centered, independent, very concrete experience. It's all come as a result of many larger that the interdepending causation and the help with the history and the past, that experience, the whatever we learned, that everything come together in the moment. So tuning to the present moment means you are capable to synchronize with that all. See, that tuning to present moment, living in the present moment means that you are capable to grab this all. It is not, oh, I am writing. So then you forget that all other things. You are kind of like a very disconnect, and you are become very self-centered for the moment. That is not the present moment here with the vipassana. It is more deeper. And when you are in the present moment, mean you are tuning to that everything. You become part of things. And that way you release that, this self-centered, solid mental idea. And that itself liberate you. Once you recognize that very experience, this very moment of experience is happening as a result of a lot of things, you become more humble. There is nothing to be proud. Why? Because even that what we experience, this everything, as a result of others. And behind these things, there are a lot of people sacrifice their lives. And when we see, another way we feel, oh, how blissful we are. how blessed we are to experience this moment. And another thing, we feel we have to be so humble, because there's nothing belong to me. There's nothing belong to me. Even that very understanding, that very ideas that we carry is nothing to, that related to me. So even that liberation, we look for the nibbana, liberation, freedom, and maybe you heard the freedom, and then sometimes you think, oh, I like it, I want it. See, that very idea of the freedom also somebody else gave to you. So like that, we just keep going and following sometimes things without having any depth. But practicing meditation itself, settling down yourself and go into breathing step by step, you find the depth within your own inner experience. That is what very matter end of the day. Because most of time we do things, we look nice, we look happy, we do good things, but there is no depth in that actions. On the surface level, it's kind of like a table cover. No one see the table. Everybody see the cover and appreciate that. Don't be like that. Don't do your meditation for that kind of lifestyle. It doesn't work. So that's why look into the depth within your own inner experience. Don't afraid for that. Get the strength yourself to little by little going. That is the Buddha's teaching. That is the Dhamma. Because why you have to be afraid? You go into the reality, you go into the nature, you look into the truth. If you go towards the lie, if you go towards the darkness, then you have to be afraid. When you're ready to go towards the light, why you have to be afraid? When you go towards the truth, when you go towards the Dharma, why you have to be afraid? Don't afraid for that. You have to be more and more and more, be happy and strong, build up the strength when you look into that. So that is where yourself, you build up the strength and the current, the flow to go into practice. So that's why, remember, it's in you. As human beings, everyone have that gift. Tap into it. Try to touch it. Most of time with, in day-to-day life, we always touch that our inner behavior with unprofitable way. When we become unhappy, sad, worry, drama, fighting, this always, we always touch that inner child. Why you don't touch it for wisdom? So because if you do it one time, you're going to change your life forever. So that's why try to look into that. And it is capable. And as a human being, you are the one who capable to do that, not any other animals. So, but if you pass this human life without doing that, what does that mean? That's why it called you are ignorance. Why? Because you didn't recognize what is the first priority, what is the major as a human being. You just used to do that other things. So don't get into that ignorance. So be wise. So then tune to every day, every moment. How you can tune to that rhythm? Always look. What is the priority? What is the major? So when you come to meditation, now you sit for meditation, you close your eyes, observing inhalation, exhalation. Maybe there are a lot of thoughts come. Why you have to go with that? The first priority, breathe, observing the inhalation, exhalation. So be with it. And then you will see. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring the attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, oh may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart, forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamyehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma anudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.